There's something you've always felt, not loud, not sharp, just a subtle tilt in the way reality sits, like the world is trying too hard to seem whole. People speak, but their words arrive wearing costumes. You hear them, but it's the silence underneath that holds your attention. A laugh rings out, and yet something in their posture folds. A compliment lands, but the air around it doesn't agree. You notice, you always have. They called it overthinking. You called it the truth. Half buried, half whispered, but never quite gone. It's not that you're broken. It's that you're built for something most people don't believe exists. You've never quite matched their rhythm, have you? Like you were dropped into a dance, but given no music. So you watched, and in the watching, you saw the crack in the performance, the weight behind the grin, the ache beneath the ambition. And slowly, you began to understand. Your sensitivity wasn't the wound. It was the window, a way of seeing that doesn't stop at surfaces. This world trains eyes to skim. You were born to sink. While others see a room, you feel the residue of last night's argument, the regret stitched into someone's smile, the sorrow trapped behind well-dressed eyes. You don't just perceive. You absorb, like your soul forgot to put up a fence. Some days, it's beautiful. Other days, it's exhausting. You carry things no one handed you. Emotions unnamed, grief unspoken, despair passed like smoke through conversation. You feel it all, even when no one says a thing. And that's why silence feels like church to you. Not because you dislike the world, but because it gets too loud, with things no one admits they're feeling. So you retreat, not to escape, but to return, to sift through what's yours, and what was left on your doorstep. But the danger? You can start mistaking the storm for home. You start healing to avoid your own hurting. You build your life around helping, hoping no one notices. You haven't breathed in days, but you must. You must come back to center, because this gift, this sacred radar of yours, wasn't meant to drown you. It was meant to guide. You weren't born to carry everyone's pain. You were born to understand it, to stand near it, to walk into dark rooms and not flinch. But you can't do that if you're always leaking light. So you learn. You learn to listen without taking, to love without losing yourself, to feel with, not for. And if you're lucky, or maybe just ready, you meet someone whose eyes pause on yours just a little longer than they should. Someone who doesn't explain themselves, because they don't have to. They just know, like you do. And in that still moment, everything softens. Because for the first time, your depth isn't too much. It's met. These are rare meetings, but they're real. And when they happen, they remind you, you're not a mistake. You're a mirror for truth. Not the kind that flatters, but the kind that frees. From that point forward, you can't go back to pretending. Shallow talk tastes like dust. Empty praise leaves you starving. Because once your soul has been seen, it refuses to wear masks. This is the spiritual meaning. Behind your perception, you weren't made for small talk and survival. You were made to carry light into the corners no one wants to enter. And that light? It didn't come from escaping the dark. It came from walking through it and making it holy. You don't read people. You read the spaces between them, the energy, the undercurrent, the tremble. And that's not something you can teach. It's something you are. No one trained you. You were chosen. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. You are the threshold, the edge where illusion unravels, the reminder that truth doesn't shout, it whispers, and waits for someone brave enough to hear. So listen, feel, hold, but don't forget, you are not just a vessel, you are a voice. And this world, it's starving for something real.